Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. I'm super excited to have you here today because we're diving into one of my all-time favorite albums, Jennie's Ruby. Before we jump into everything, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out and motivates me to create more content like this. Thanks so much for your support. Today's video is going to be a bit more in-depth than my Lisa alter ego video because first of all, I absolutely love this album, and second, I have so many more thoughts to share about Ruby. I genuinely think that this album is the best BLACKPINK soloist album ever made. There isn't a single song on it that I dislike. So let's get comfortable, grab your favorite drink or snack, and let's start exploring every nook and cranny of this amazing album. I want to start by talking about what makes Ruby so special. From the very first song, you can tell that this album was crafted with passion, creativity, and a deep love for music. Jennie has managed to create a sound that is unique to her style while still keeping the essence of what we love about BLACKPINK. There's a natural flow to the album that makes you want to listen again and again. Seriously, there's not one track on here that doesn't shine. I know many of you are curious about what inspired me to call this the best BLACKPINK soloist album, or even the best album from a K-pop artist. For me, it comes down to the raw emotion and innovative production behind every song. Each track tells a part of Jennie's story, and you can hear the evolution of her artistry throughout. Let's talk about the overall vibe and concept of Ruby. When I first listened to it, I was struck by how much it represents Jennie herself. The album not only showcases her unique musical style, but also highlights her growth as an artist. There's a mix of confident songs, smooth rap verses, and softer emotional ballads that remind you just how versatile she is. Every song feels carefully placed. It's like Jennie wanted to take us on a journey where we get to see her in every mood and facet. There's energy, there's reflection, and most importantly, there's a sincerity in her delivery that makes you believe every word. The fact that I don't have a single song on this album that I dislike really speaks to how well balanced and well crafted it is. I mean, not many artists can claim that level of consistency throughout an entire album. The production on Ruby is top-notch. From the crisp beats to the layered vocals, everything is arranged to perfection. It feels modern, yet timeless, and it has an appeal that goes beyond just being a pop album. You can hear the influences of different genres coming together seamlessly, making the album feel fresh and innovative. I truly believe that every detail, every sound, every beat was designed with both the fans and Jennie's artistic vision in mind. Now, let's take a closer look at each track. I'm going to share my thoughts on what makes each song stand out, and I'll be honest about my personal opinions along the way. Remember, this is my genuine take, and I'm really excited to share this with you all. The album opens with Jane by Jennie and FKJ, which sets the perfect tone for what is to come. Even though it's short, it feels like an invitation into the world of Ruby. It doesn't give away too much, but gets you excited for what's coming next. It's like a warm-up that gently says, hey, get ready for something personal and cool. Next up is Like Jennie. Like Jennie is fun and confident, just like Jennie herself. The song is playful, with an infectious beat and a catchy chorus that you'll probably find yourself humming all day. The lyrics are straightforward, which is refreshing. There's no need for complicated verses here, because the message is loud and clear. Be yourself and own it. And honestly, isn't that something we can all relate to? The vibe is upbeat and fun, making it the perfect track to lift your mood any time of day. And the Korean rap lyrics? Whew! That verse is so addictive, I can't help myself from walking around my house without trying to attempt to do the rap. The choreography in the music video was top tier as well. It looks so cool. And that mini dance break between the ending of the first chorus and that Korean rap verse is my favorite part. I'm probably going to try to learn it, just for fun. Now we come to my #1 song on the album, Start of War. From the very first beat, the song grabs your attention. It's powerful, energetic, and just downright addictive. I genuinely think Start of War is one of the best tracks Jennie has ever put out. The rhythm is intense, the beat is captivating, and the whole song feels like a battle cry, a declaration of strength and determination. The production on this track is absolutely on point. Every element from the booming bass to the high energy chorus is perfectly balanced. The energy it brings is undeniable, and it's one of the reasons why I hold it in such high regard. Every time I listen to it, I get pumped up, and I just can't help but feel inspired by its raw power. Moving on to Handlebars by Jennie and Dua Lipa. Here, Jennie teams up with Dua Lipa and the result is a super cool blend of styles. The track feels fresh and modern, with just a touch of retro vibes. There's an awesome chemistry between their voices that makes the song really dynamic and fun to listen to. It's a perfect example of what happens when two creative minds collide. Next, we have With the Way Up. This track is all about good vibes and high energy. With the Way Up is the kind of song that makes you want to get up and dance. The beat is catchy and the lyrics are playful, giving you that instant mood boost. It fits perfectly with the album's overall energy while adding its own unique spark. Now, let's talk about ExtraL, my #2 favorite song on the album. It really stands out with its unique feel. The collaboration with Doechii adds a fresh twist with her insane verse, and the song never sounds the same twice. It's full of surprises. Every listen reveals a new detail, whether it's the creative wordplay or the way the beat builds into that awesome chorus. It's a cool mix of pop and rap that really shows off Jennie's versatility. Next up is Mantra. I wasn't a huge fan of Mantra at first, but it's grown on me over time. It's a light party vibe track that's all about finding your inner strength and staying true to yourself. Even if it doesn't dive too deep, it's just a fun tune that you can easily enjoy and groove along to. Love Hangover surprises you in a great way. The unexpected collab with Dominic Fike works really well, giving the track a fun and experimental feel. It's playful and fresh, and the blend of voices makes it feel natural, like these two were meant to work together. It's a cool change of pace on the album that still fits right in. ZEN is a track that really showcases Jennie's versatility. I see ZEN as a slow song, not because it's laid back, but because the lyrics come slowly, giving each word a punch. Despite its slower pace, it's not calm at all. It's super hyped and makes me feel incredibly powerful. Every line hits hard, and the energy it builds up is amazing. It's like a slow burn that turns into a burst of motivation, leaving you pumped and ready to take on anything. Now we move to Damn Right. Damn Right brings some serious star power with features from Childish Gambino and Uchis. It's bold and experimental, blending different styles in a way that feels natural and fun. The playful lyrics and the cool mix of voices make it a memorable track, one where everyone seems to shine together. It's a track that feels both daring and smooth. Callie's verse is most definitely my favorite part of the song. She stood out the most to me in this song, but that could be slightly biased because I am a huge Callie Uchis fan. I absolutely love her voice and songs. At first, I thought FTS might just be filler because I genuinely thought it was boring. Like, right after Damn Right, we get served a boring, slow song. It took me a few listens for me to actually start to like it because when it comes to slower songs, I need time to digest the lyrics to eventually like it. Its laid-back vibe gives you time to really feel the song. Jennie's soft, confident delivery creates a calm mood that's perfect when you just want to relax and let the music sink in. It's less about a quick burst of energy and more about savoring the moment. Then we have Filter. Filter is all about being completely yourself. It's a sassy, fun track where Jennie shows off her confident side. The beat is super catchy and the melody gets stuck in your head, in a good way. Also, the beginning of Filter actually reminds me a bit of a Ray song, which adds a cool twist to his vibe. It's more laid back and has an almost hypnotic quality that draws you in. The lyrics play with the idea of perception and self-image in a way that feels both playful and meaningful. For me, this track is a reminder that sometimes you just have to let your true self shine without worrying about what others think. Jennie's Soul City blends smooth funk and mellow R&B, creating a dreamy yet confident vibe that perfectly suits her sultry vocals. The clever wordplay between soul and soul adds depth to the song, linking the city's energy with an intimate connection. With sleek production by Mike Will made it, the track feels effortlessly polished, drawing listeners in with its hypnotic chorus. In Soul City, I See Your Soul, lyrically, Jennie balances sensuality and playfulness from the tender opening lines to the whimsical post-chorus where she name drops Plus 82 and the ever mysterious Mr. General. But I'm sitting here still trying to figure out who is Mr. General. Are you trying to tell us something, Jennie? Seriously, I need answers. This track is a standout on Ruby, proving once again that Jennie knows how to craft an atmosphere that's both deeply personal and effortlessly cool. Starlight shows off a softer, more emotional side of the album. It starts off gentle and slowly builds up, taking you on an emotional journey. The vocals are beautiful and heartfelt, making you pause and really feel the mood. It's a song that reflects life's ups and downs in a way that feels genuine and touching. The album wraps up with Twin, a reflective track that ties everything together. It's soulful and thoughtful, leaving you with a warm, complete feeling after the journey through Ruby. The song feels personal and introspective, like a final note that says, "This is me," and it perfectly closes out the album. I've talked about each track in detail, but I want to take a moment now to share why I feel so strongly that Ruby is the best BLACKPINK soloist album out there. For me, it's all about the balance and consistency. There isn't one song of the album that I can say I dislike. Every track has its own charm and contributes to the overall masterpiece that is Ruby. It's rare to find an album where every song resonates with you, and Jennie has done an incredible job of making sure that each track stands out on its own while also complementing the others. Whether it's the fierce energy of Started War, the innovative side of ExtraL, or the catchy charm of Like Jennie, every song has something unique to offer. I love how the album doesn't shy away from the experimentation, yet it stays true to the essence of what makes Jennie so talented. There are moments where the album gets reflective and personal, like with Twin and FTS. These tracks remind me that music isn't just about fun beats and catchy hooks. It's about sharing a piece of your soul, and that's exactly what Jennie does in Ruby. It's honest, it's raw, and it's full of heart. Also, the collaborations on this album are really interesting. Each feature, whether it's Dua Lipa on Handlebars or Childish Gambino and Uchis on Damn Right, adds a new dimension to the music. They enhance the album rather than distract from Jennie's vision, and that's something I truly appreciate. I know some of you might remember my Lisa alter ego video, which was great in its own way, but I felt like I had so much more to say about Ruby. I have more opinions, more insights, and more love for this album that just couldn't be contained in a shorter video. That's why today's video is a deep dive, so we can explore every angle and celebrate every aspect of this incredible work. Now, no album is without its share of controversy or mixed opinions, and Ruby is no exception. There have been some discussions about certain tracks and the direction Jennie took with some of the features. But honestly, I think that's what makes the album even more interesting. When you're bold enough to experiment and push boundaries, you're bound to get some criticism. For instance, some people have mentioned that a few of the collaborations might not mesh perfectly with Jennie's usual style, but for me, that's part of the album's charm. It's all about trying new things and taking risks. I firmly believe that the artistic evolution shown in Ruby is something to be celebrated. Even if not every track fits the traditional mold, it doesn't take away from the overall quality and creativity of the album. Critics might say that some songs feel a little different from what they expected, but sometimes these surprises are exactly what makes an album unforgettable. I appreciate that Jennie isn't afraid to experiment and show different sides of her artistry, even if it means stepping outside her comfort zone. And for me, that willingness to evolve is what makes Ruby stand out as the best solo album among BLACKPINK members. I want to circle back to my top 3 songs because I think they really sum up what I love about this album. Start of War. This track is my absolute favorite. It's intense, bold, and full of energy. Every time I listen to it, I can feel the power in every beat and every lyric. It's like a call to action, an anthem of strength and resilience. The production is so perfectly done that even if you've heard it 100 times, it never loses its impact. ExtraL. My second favorite, ExtraL, is a track that surprises me every time I listen to it. The collaboration with Doechii brings a fresh and unexpected twist, and the catchy hooks make it one of those songs you can't help but sing along to. It's innovative and fun, and it showcases Jennie's versatility as both a singer, rapper, and a performer. Like Jennie. Rounding out my top 3 is Like Jennie. This song has a playful, confident vibe that really highlights her personality. It's all about being true to yourself and owning who you are. The energy in this track is infectious, and it perfectly captures the essence of what makes Jennie such a standout artist. Each of these tracks play a crucial role in the overall narrative of Ruby. They show different facets of the album, from high-energy battle cries to playful self-celebration, and they are the reason why I believe every song on this album is a hit. Even if I had to pick favorites, it's hard because every track contributes something special to the experience. One of the most powerful aspects of Ruby is how it connects with its listeners. For me, this album is more than just a collection of songs. It's an emotional journey. Every track feels like it was crafted with so much care and passion, and that's something I deeply appreciate. I remember the first time I heard Ruby in its entirety. I was, okay, this is good. But after the third and fourth listen, I was completely blown away. There was a sense of completeness and cohesiveness that you just don't find every day. The way Jennie's voice flows from one song to the next, the clever production choices, and the personal lyrics all combine to create something truly remarkable. This album has helped me get through some tough times and has been a constant source of motivation and inspiration. Whenever I need a pick-me-up or just a moment to feel understood, Ruby is there for me, and I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. The connection between Jennie and her fans is palpable, and it's one of the reasons why this album will always have a special place in my heart. Let's not forget the incredible production and visuals that come with Ruby. A couple of the songs are accompanied with high-quality music videos and stunning visuals that elevate the overall experience. The production teams behind this album have clearly put in countless hours to make sure every detail is perfect. From the funny storyline in Love Hangover to the women empowerment in ExtraL, the visuals are an essential part of the storytelling. They don't just support the music, they enhance it. When you watch the music videos, you get a sense of the care and creativity that went into every aspect of the album. The lyrics also deserve a special mention. I'm pretty sure she participated in writing on every single song on the album. Let's go fact check that real quick. Okay, yeah, she did. And apparently she also co-produced it as well, which is even more impressive. The lyrics are straightforward yet impactful, and they really drive home the messages that Jennie wants to share. Whether it's about self-love, empowerment, or just living life to the fullest, the words are both relatable and thought-provoking. Now, let's take a moment to compare Ruby with other soloist albums from BLACKPINK members. In my opinion, Ruby stands out not just because of the catchy tunes or the slick production, but because of the overall consistency and emotional depth. There's a level of polish and attention to detail in Ruby that makes it shine brighter than any other solo project. Each member of BLACKPINK brings something unique to the table with their solo work, but for me, Jennie's album is on another level. The balance between high-energy tracks and soulful, reflective songs is perfectly executed. I appreciate that every track feels like a natural progression of her musical journey, and it's hard to imagine a song on this album that I wouldn't enjoy. That's why I truly believe that Ruby is the best BLACKPINK soloist album out there. The fact that I can't find a single song to dislike speaks volumes about the album's quality. Every track feels intentional, and even the experimental moments add to the overall masterpiece. While other albums might have one or two hits followed by some less impressive tracks, Ruby is consistently strong from start to finish. As we near the end of this deep dive, I want to share my final thoughts on Ruby. This album isn't just music, it's an experience. It takes you on a roller coaster of emotions and leaves you with a sense of inspiration and joy. Jennie has managed to create something that transcends typical pop music, and that's what makes Ruby so special. The album's impact on me and many others is undeniable. It's a reminder that music can be both fun and deeply meaningful. Whether you're in the mood to dance or just want to reflect on life, Ruby has a track that will speak to you. The consistency and quality and the willingness to push boundaries are what set this album apart from the rest. I truly believe that Jennie has outdone herself with Ruby. It's not just an album, it's a statement. It tells the world that she is a multifaceted artist capable of delivering both high-energy anthems and tender, introspective ballads. And as a fan, I couldn't be more thrilled to see her evolve and share this journey with all of us. Alright, my friends, that wraps up my deep dive into Jennie's Ruby. I hope you enjoyed this in-depth review and that it gave you a new perspective on why I consider this the best BLACKPINK soloist album ever. Remember, every single track on this album holds a special place in my heart, and I'm so glad I got to share my thoughts with you. Before we wrap things up, I just want to say again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support really means the world to me, and it motivates me to keep making videos like this. Whether you agree with my opinions or have your own take on the album, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you stick around for more deep dives and music reviews in the future. Until next time, stay awesome and keep enjoying great music.